So, allies, this deck is basically tribal champion of the parishes. So you've got champion of the parish, Hada Freeblade, Blademaster, Battlesinger, Oran-Rief, like all of these cards just add more and more power to the table as you dump allies and humans into play. So just lots of smorking. Oh, I didn't actually kill Magic Online, did I? How much RAM are we using Magic Online? 2.7 gigabytes. All right, I'm just gonna kill it now before I forget again. That's fine. We have Magic Online gives us way too much time to play anyway, so I can lose 120 seconds rebooting. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! The first time in forever that I've decided that mid-match I'm just gonna reboot it, and there's a Moto update. Just a moment. These are the things that make Magic Online annoying. These are the things where it's like, well, the actual playing Magic on here isn't that bad. It's all the surrounding stuff that's like incredibly annoying. Hold on a second, I'm logging in. Also, modem just like spazzes out every time I open it on my 3-monitor computer. Which has no idea what it wants to do with itself. Quick match on arena while I wait for Moto, right? All right, we're back. No, my sponsor income is based on a wide variety of things, but how long that specific window up is not one of them. Some of them are static amounts. Some of them are based on how often the sponsor code gets used at their website. A lot of different factors that go into it. All right, the scene's opponent suspended search for tomorrow, so just a straight up race here. Like most of Modern, we got a race on our hands. I'm not going to the Grand Prix this weekend. After thinking about it more, I came to the conclusion that competitive Magic's just not something I really want to dive back into. I'm going to the Invitational in December because people donated for me to go to that and I already bought a plane ticket, but I'm going to cool it on competitive Magic, just like focus on streaming. Skirt Tribe Elder's so busted. Just like rampant growth that gains too. To be fair, Magic tends to be less interactive than both Hearthstone and Pokemon, which are other popular card games people are used to. Magic has a lot of interactive points, but the amount of interaction you have on average per game is a lot lower than some of those others. Yeah, the Invitational is actually a split format tournament goalie. It's 8 rounds of Modern and 8 rounds of Standard. So I'm planning to play the Green Black Elves deck for the Modern portion. Do you like playing Pokemon? Yeah, I like Pokemon TCG for my time spent playing it. There just isn't really a big market for Pokemon content. I don't enjoy Pokemon more than Magic, so I spend my time focusing on Magic because there's content money in it. This is my job now. What does that mean for the third? I don't think I'm not sure that I'm streaming Thursday night anymore. I need to talk to the wife. A lot of people crap on Pokemon gameplay because they don't understand it. It's easier to make fun of something or crap on it than take the time to understand it. I'm just gonna play Primeval Titan and kill us next turn. Or play Scapeshift and kill us. Land Scapeshift kills us because they have Sakura Tribe Elder to get an 8th land. The only non-Magic card games I've been playing somewhat recently are... Oh, they just have Stone Nothing? Is their Valakut deck broken? Our opponent should probably file for compensation. But Jeff, Pokemon has a 0-mana Wheel of Fortune. Yep. Yep, yes it does. Yes, it does. Thanks, Rot. I am having a good day. The only non-Magic card game I've been playing recently is the Warhammer card game. I've enjoyed that one a lot. They have their second set coming out soon that I'm excited for. Looks like they're gonna flesh out a lot of their ideas that their first set started on but didn't quite finish, which is good design. So the reason why it's okay, goalie, is because the resource system in Pokemon is different. So Pokemon has these special types of cards that don't cost you mana or energy explicitly, but you can only play one of them per turn, which gives a very unique balancing aspect to it. This deck should be called Hats and Stacks. It's basically champion of the Parish tribal, right? Which, it's been a while since we've played Allies on stream, but the last time we played it, I think the conclusion was we should just play Champion of the Parish Tribal. So when somebody submitted this and I was like, oh, it's just Champion of the Parish Tribal, that sounds good. Why did I name Human from Unclaimed Territory for Champion of the Parish? That's a good suggestion and something I should do in the future. It turns out you can beat Valakut when they are incredibly unlucky. Who knew? We don't really have sideboard cards here. I think Hearthstone, in the objective sense, from the amount of cards that are interactive in Hearthstone to the amount of cards that are interactive in Magic, I think Hearthstone is just objectively more interactive than Magic. In Hearthstone, effectively every creature is a removal spell, which makes the gameplay incredibly interactive. I heard the way the Pokemon Mulligan system worked in the past was your opponent had to draw a card in your mulligan so you could play a deck without Pokemon and win instantly. Well, that sounds silly. That's definitely not how the rules work today. Do you think I want to just cut paths for... I feel like this deck can position itself so I can kill Primeval Titan and then kill them the turn they play it. Sure, Hearthstone doesn't have instant speed stuff, but that doesn't mean it's not interactive. In fact, that's one of the things I found a lot of Magic players really focus in on for some reason, is that this idea that a game can't be interactive if there's not instant speed cards in it. And the Warhammer game I've been playing is another great example of that. Like, there aren't instances in the Warhammer game, but the game is incredibly interactive. There's a lot of positioning and prison style cards in the game that lock people out of making their plays, and that you make plays to predict their plays to prevent them from doing things. What does this one do? Enters the battlefield. Oh, this is just another champion of the parish. Good. I just wanted to make sure that that was a champion of the parish. I'm probably supposed to play this turn because that means I can play a 2 and a 1 next turn. Yeah, there's a new Warhammer card game that released in paper and in digital. It's on Android and iOS that they released at Gen Con this summer. It's my go-to tablet game. I like play it at the gym and stuff when I'm walking on the treadmill. Allies feels like a worse human. Can you articulate why, Snapcaster? Because I'm going to be honest, if you didn't have a sub-icon next to your name, I'd time you out for that because it's not constructive or specific. Have you played Eternal? I have played Eternal. I'm just not a fan of the gameplay that Eternal generates. Eternal feels like Fisher-Price Magic when I've played it. It feels like they took Magic and then they got rid of a bunch of stuff to make it play faster. They're like, how can, like, Eternal feels like somebody said to themselves, how can we make Magic play 5 to 10 minute games? All right, let's do everything that lets us do that. And that's a subjective opinion that you're welcome to disagree with. But in my experience, I've given Eternal probably close to $100 at this point, and I really wanted to like it because it has Direwolf Digital is an amazing software company. The software they write is A+. I just could not get into Eternal's gameplay. Everything from their mulligan system to their the mulligan system and deck building restriction really just felt really bad. Sure, Snapcaster. I agree that this obviously has less disruption than humans does, but this deck is giving up disruption for the sake of having... I got 2 copies of this guy to drain people, so I was not expecting that card out of the Valakut deck. That's actually good technology, huh? Like, Ensnaring Bridge is a messed up magic card. If you can win without it, without attacking, it's probably pretty reasonable. Do I want to cut some paths and, like, bring in more threats? I might just want to cut paths and bring more threats in. Yeah, kind of. It's a way around it for, like, 1 turn to get 1 extra attack in. Is their economy that good? Eternal's economy felt like they copied Hearthstone, but I had to get 4 copies of legendary cards. Like, I've heard people say Eternal's free-to-play is very good, but I don't free-to-play games. Like, free-to-play games, I have more money than time. Like, I want to actually play the interesting aspects of the game, and the rate of, like, what I was getting for my money didn't feel good. Nah, we don't play to 1%ers here. We shrug and move along with our lives. Once you have access to white, it's better to name Ally because we brought in Is that guy not a human? You're probably right that guy isn't a human. It's my favorite deck in Standard at the moment. Blue-black Pirates, not close. Deck's gas. I think you're right that it's not human. There's definitely non-human allies. I mean, if they don't have an Ensnaring Bridge or an Anger, even if they have Anger of the Gods, they might just be dead because these are both getting too big, right? They need Ensnaring Bridge, or I think they're dead next turn. It's like turn 4 lethal. Good clean love in. Retro Gwent, I've not tried Gwent, and based on the feedback from their latest expansion or their changes or whatever, it sounds like I was good to not try Gwent. I've not played Shadowverse. Shadowverse is the one that's like Force of Will with like the tacky anime titties everywhere, right? Just like the really cringe-worthy why are adults playing this game who have self-respect artwork. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday wherever you're at in the world. We're 1-0 with allies after running over Great Green Valakut. Feels good. Beat the turn 3 Sweltering Suns. Not bad. If you're new, my name is Jeff Hogan. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I play a ton of Modern here on Magic Online. I play a ton of Standard on Magic Arena. If you're someone who finds yourself enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. Past subscribing, you can also support my content by checking out some of my very, very wonderful sponsors. Harry's Razors would like to help you get that nice, close, clean shave using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/Hugelshave. You could save $5 at your brand new starter kit with them. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directed to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hooglandia. Thanks for hanging out here today. Remember, if you are enjoying the content, be sure to hit the follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. If you find yourself enjoying my content after I'm done streaming today, I'm going to be going for another 2 hours or so. You can head over to my website as well, jeffhoagland.com. Find all of my past content archived there, and I break it up by deck so you can watch just the stuff that I care about. The Harry's unique conversion was at 81, so if 19 more people use that Harry's code in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to clean shave my face using my wonderful Harry's razor. Why is blue-white control on the no-fly list? Because it's very boring to play. I don't find the games it generates particularly interesting. It also generates very long leagues. So like if I sign up to play blue-white control, it's going to be like a 2.5 to 3 hour league, which takes a long, long time. They have to be unique conversion, Miles Davis. All right, no one drop feels a little bit slow, but like this hand just has like all reasonable magic cards in it, so I don't think I can mulligan here realistically. You wonder why Death and Tax is on the list? It just doesn't generate interest. It's not powerful and doesn't generate interesting games of Magic in my opinion. And it's a deck that people love for some reason that I have to reject constantly. How much do I have to donate to get Amulet played after Allies? It's a $100, 100 points to get something to cut the line. What's Amulet at now? So Amulet's currently at 56. So if you wanted to cut Amulet in past Elves, it'd be a $44 donation. I need to just put an asterisk there really quick though that I have a hard cutoff at 3:30 today. So there is a small chance that whatever deck I play after Allies, I might not get through a full league. Fair warning. So like, this deck's pretty smorky, so it will probably be done by 2 o'clock or so, I'd imagine. But if the next league takes more than 90 minutes, I'm gonna have to be done at 90 minutes. If they have a Ghost Quarter here, we could be in trouble. Lebo, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. No, there's a lot of great people out there making a lot of great stuff. Thanks for supporting mine. So we're dead. This is why we don't print cards like Wasteland anymore. Cards like Wasteland and Land Destruction make the resource variance that Magic has built into it just get amplified by a very significant margin. I'm conceding because Field of Ruin is going to kill my only land, and then we're done. This is probably an Ondu Cleric matchup. Gaining a bunch of health sounds kind of appealing. Menace is probably good. Protection from a color is probably good. You want to trim the Brigade? It's just like our worst champion of the Parish. Cut Coco, you think so? I think I like trimming at least one here, and I probably don't want to draw a ton of those. And the opponent's deck doesn't usually board out Thalia, so Company's going to cost me 5 mana a lot of the time. Am I assuming this will be uploaded to YouTube? Yep. Pretty much everything we stream here ends up on YouTube after the fact. It all gets cut up by deck. You'll be able to find it on my website as well. There's a videos and then modern portion at the top. Oh, Magic. This deck plays 4 copies of Path to Exile. As always, there's a deck list on your screen. You can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. I don't think this deck is strictly bad humans. I think it's worse than humans against the fast decks, but it's probably better than humans against a lot of the interactive decks. Having a bunch of Champion of the Parish lets you beat down very consistently, and Collecting Company generates you actual card advantage. How do we beat No 4, chat? Anybody know how we beat No 4? Yeah, we just want to start getting our Champion of the Parishes growing as quickly as possible, so we can attack through this 0-4. Wasteland's a fair and balanced Magic card is strictly a 1-for-1. I mean, you're technically correct. Deck needs more tempo. Obvs just needs more tempo. Well, if they just mope around here and we just like play Champion of the Parishes every turn for the rest of the game, we might kill them. 8 Rack is on the no-fly list. 8 Whack is not. I think 8 Whack's a great deck. 8 Whack embodies everything that's good in Modern. Smorking. Smork. I didn't rant about Reddit, Janice. Honestly, I shouldn't have posted what I posted. Regardless of how I feel, I knew the way that it was going to go the way it did. I know there's a lot of people that like to view the rules of Magic in a very subjective manner as opposed to a black and white manner and playing the game by the rules. And it basically happened exactly how I thought things were going to happen. It was a good reminder why I should stay away from competitive Magic, because I'm someone that thinks the game should be played by the rules, but is what it is. Man, we really need a land. Swords is a great spell when you're putting gains no health, right? Don't worry about it, Fritz. Nothing good comes that way. I mean, if I make a bunch of very large boys and girls that are all allied together, we can maybe beat this Gideon down the line. Maybe. The king of the allies is here, right? We're just gonna die to this thing plussing though, right? Like I don't really have blockers for it. I think it's important to not play the Freeblades that turn, because if I eventually draw a land or they Field of Rune me off my second land, the Freeblades are plays that I can still make. I didn't attack because I didn't want to trade my Blademaster for Leonin Arbiter plus a Knight Ally. I'm aware that my Blademasters have Vigilance. I did not think it was worth trading my 4/4 for 2/2/2s. Hey, Hug the Aquilfer, thank you for the 12-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I knight thee, Defender of the Realm. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. Oh, this says First Strike. That's why it's important to be specific, chat. I didn't know that had First Strike. All right. You are correct. They have First Strike, and there's no reason not to have attacked. Attack Gideon, attack Gideon. We might actually win this game. First strike changes things a lot. Oh, would you look at that? My opponent also doesn't realize they have first strike. Wait, maybe they figured it out. Nope, definitely didn't figure it out. Please triple block my 5/5. Please triple block my 5/5. The Ondu Cleric's just gonna gain us infinite health next turn. Yeah, buddy. Listen, chat. Me not reading my card for a turn caused my opponent not to read it either. Welcome to Thunderdome, opponent. Look at that. Sometimes you play soccer instead of Magic, chat. You punt the ball back and forth to each other. Yeah, obviously, I was leveling my opponent by not attacking there. Duh. So, like, we're just gonna, like, gain an insurmountable amount of health here at this point. I'm, like, gaining 10 and then gaining 12. Come on, chat. Are there really people in the audience that are gonna sit there and tell me this deck is just worse humans? Are you really gonna tell me that with a straight face? Because this deck is different from humans. I agree that it's less disruptive, but like what we're doing here is good. Do we play around Settle? That's probably a good point. I'm gonna leave my 5/5 at home. Look at that, Chad. Is there a basic forest in this deck? There is. Sick reads. Oh, God. What a dagger. What a dagger. Yeah, Isaac, that's fine. Just feel free to drop a donation and then put the link to your list in the donation message. I'm not particularly married to the list that we have. Well, no longer worried about not being able to race Gideon. That's gross. I don't know that I can beat Displacer Thoughtnot. Oh, I did this backwards. If I have done this into this. Yeah. Yeah, I did that backwards. My champion should be at you 2 right now. Yeah, settle into Thoughtnot into Displacer is pretty tough here. Thought we were gonna sneak this out, but settle Displacer Thoughtnot is it's kind of rough. No, I don't think that we're gonna lose because Displacer's gonna tap our stuff. Like, Cleric's really good against that, obviously, right? But I think we're in a bad spot because of the Thoughtnot Seer taking our spells. Yeah, next turn we're gonna Ally Encampment, pick up a Cleric, replay the Cleric. Howdy, Perkins. Are you out on the West Coast already? Hope you had a good trip if you did. Safe travels, got all your stuff out there. They're not... That's interesting that they're not doing that during my draw step. Sure, but if they take counters off my allies, they trigger my Ondu Clerics. So, like, they can reset one of my allies, but, like, then if they reset my ally, I get to gain 12. That's kind of messed up. They Well, I know exactly where you could get a new great mattress. I got a line on a good deal on a sweet foam mattress. Look at what a well-placed time for that to slide underneath me. I love me a good topical shill. Seize every opportunity, yep. Yeah, the Hollow Flare list is sweet. It's like the Hollow Flare list is a good mix of this is doing something objectively powerful like traditional Hollow one, while also having this neat twist to it that doesn't just make the deck strictly worse. If we hit a good company, we could still win this game. You can also support Jeff by checking out one of his many wonderful sponsors. Deathrite Shaman did nothing wrong. Thank you for the 4-month resub. Did you know you can subscribe to Jeff for free with Twitch Prime? Unbanned Deathrite Shaman. I feel like those two accounts might be related, but I don't have anything concrete to go on. Thank you for the double Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome. All right, we're down to 43. No, feel free to link your Discord. Relevant magic related links are always welcome. Yeah, if we hit there's an ally. I have the Menace ally in my deck still, right? Yeah, I have an ally that has Menace, and that gives our allies Menace. And then I have another ally that will give our allies protection from white, which Displacer and Thoughtnot can obviously still block, but that leaves the rest of them there. Gosh, Deathrite Shaman's been banned in Modern for a long time now. It's been a while. Speaking of a while, it's been a while since I ate. I'm gonna mute and have a snack here while we have this gummed up board. So someone asked about attacking with this 9/9. I don't think that's worth it. Trading this for 3/3/3s does not seem good. So I think I just hang tight until I find the protection or the menace ally, and then we can smash. So, from a philosophy perspective, I think Deathrite Shaman is an example of a card that, while it's not too strong for Modern, it's a card that I believe should stay on the ban list. And the reason I say that is because it's a card that goes into too many strategies and will reduce diversity from just the number of things it goes in. Like, people think Stoneforge Mystic would go on too many strategies. Stoneforge Mystic is a card that takes up like 7 slots in your deck. Deathrite Shaman just takes up 4 slots and goes into literally every fair deck that can make black or green mana. It just goes into too much. It's a card that, like many of the busted cards in Legacy, like when it was there too, it homogenized the format. It forced everybody towards playing most of the good cards because you can splash all these colors with this effect too. Isaac, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. I'll get that linked in the queue after I'm done today. Appreciate the support. Can I get a timeout to celebrate the Braum Bomber? Thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. Thanks for the quarter of a year. All right. Don't mind me. I'll just gain 15. Let's just undo your last 3 turns of attacking here. Just like every ally just undoes infinite work. All right, 65, go. For people asking what our plan to win here is, there is an ally in our deck that says when it comes into play or another ally comes into play, our creatures gain protection from a color of our choice until end of turn. There's only 2 Cocos left in our deck currently. I boarded one out because I was a little bit worried. We lost game 1 because of mana denial, and I was a little bit worried about making their mana denial 2 live. Sure, you got rid of my 9/9. However, will I win the game now, opponent? Not without my 9/9. Yeah, Menace might be good enough. This is 12. So, like, this coming back into play is only a single time walk. Think it would be possible to budget this by replacing Cavern with Unclaimed Territory? Sure. Unclaimed Territory is the go-to Cavern replacement on a budget. Yeah, but they did reset our thing too. So like resetting our thing like has value in it. There's also more Ondu Clerics in our deck too. So like if we draw another Ondu Cleric, like that'll go crazy. Just looking to draw spells, chat. Looking to draw spells. That is not a spell. Yeah, could you imagine if we had Gideon going? That's true. Mill died to burn in the 5th match. All right, I mean, that replays my cleric. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, and I forgot to pay for the stupid. This interface blows. I hate this stupid card and the way it's templated and the way it's implemented on Magic Online. It's so annoying. Just like down a basic land. Very annoying. Have to click on their cards before it happens. Well, being down an Ondu Cleric's a big deal. Yeah, I believe we have one more basic. I believe there's 4 planes in this deck. This isn't even good enough, right? Yep. Green black elves. And I'm pretty sure they're not dead. None of our attackers are lethal on their own. I think I need to wait for the protection cleric still. Got a couple more draws before we're dead, so we'll hang tight for a second. We've got 2 Collecting Companies and 2 Protection Clerics that we could draw. I did not bring in the Drain guy. This is not a matchup for that. That's true. We also have Ondu Clerics would allow us to prolong the game even more. Okie doke. This is a Mathis for blockers play. Because guess what? They don't have many blockers. Can I beat a Settle the Wreckage? Is the question. Collecting Company doesn't search your library. Yeah, they can only block one thing here. I'm gonna bring the last company back in for the 3rd game. So it was a mistake to cut it. Cowards can't block warriors attack. Ended at 34. Nice beatdown deck. I'm just gonna bring the company in, cut this brigand. You like Gideon over Coco? Nah, I think we need to get to the Evangel as often as quickly as possible. Cut envoys? I could see that. It's like these are too little. Honestly, the envoys are probably better than Champion of the Parish, right? Envoys are probably better than Champion of the Parish. I'm gonna do this. Sign me up. Yeah, I was wrong to cut Collecting Company. That should just be a sacred cow in these decks. At least I have the path to exile. I assume we're gonna lose Undu Cleric here. That's the card that buried them last game. Buried them deep in the ground. I guess they could take the Evangel too. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Am I planning on streaming Legacy today? No, we pretty much only play Standard and Modern on this stream. Not a big fan of Legacy. Sure. That's such a tilt. Do I want big monsters? I think I want to, like, what's better? What's better? An extra counter on this or extra health? Okay, I think I want the hit points. Legacy gameplay just gets very dry and redundant very quickly. The play patterns in Legacy among all the different decks are very similar. The format's very Force of Will Ponder based. There's also the incentive to like get the Ondu Cleric down ASAP, so that way my opponent can't Thought-Knot Seer it out of my hand with the Displacer or something like that. What's going on, Fancy? Hope you feel better. Hardened Scale sounds incredibly hard to cast. Just gonna go ahead and attack here. They want to flick my stuff to keep them off their back, that's fine. Ondu Cleric makes it impossible for them to race. Oh, this is wrong. I should have left white man up. I'm gonna draw Path and feel really stupid. God bless, just let me draw a card. Not punished for my mistake, but that was a mistake. Should have left Temple Garden up. Or, yeah, should have left Temple Garden. Should have tapped Cavern Plains. Derp, Tron, thanks for making great content. I also hate the experience meter on Arena. It means nothing, and I feel bad watching it slowly decline. Thanks for the 3 months. Hopefully they fix the ranking soon. Hey, Serpy Boy, thanks for the 18 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. All right, I mean, we can get Resto Angeled here. I'm gonna play around Resto. I guess it plays around Settle the Wreckage too. Go to the full 4 canopy. Probably. I have no idea why they keep their sequencing with these Thought-Knot Seers has been really weird. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if Magic Arena ever had older non-rotating formats. Yeah, definitely. This deck has more aggression and staying power, basically. Oh, that's true too. The Ally Encampments let us be aggressive and then play through Settle the Wreckage. Yeah, it's very possible we're just not familiar with how to do it on the draw step. Ugh. Man, at the rate this league's going, we might not get to elves. I thought this deck was going to be more smorky than it is. Has a little bit more grind than I was expecting. Sure. I think I just keep attacking with my 4/4 here, right? Like, because if they want to blink my stuff, I'm okay with that because it triggers my Ondu Cleric. That's some good clean living. So do I just get rid of Displacer here? I think I just get rid of Displacer here, right? I'm gonna get blown out by a Flicker Wisp, but actually gonna get blown out by a Flicker Wisp. God damn it. Yeah, was their actual last card? I'm gonna replay Ondu Cleric, gain some health, and get this up to a 4/4. Yeah, we're still ahead here. Yeah, like we had to play the path. It's just like we'd be winning the game by a lot right now as opposed to just like kind of at parity. I was like, did we figure out how to draw step Thought-Nuts here? Ally Encampment is the dark horse. Yep, basically. Cast, grow my team time walk. What a fantastic split card, chat. I'm gonna hold on to the Ally Encampment activations for now. They had no cards. If they drew Settle, they drew Settle. So I assume they're going to save their creatures here. They're going to end up at 1. Show me Collected Company. Dang it. If we'd have hit Coco there, we could have killed him. The Black Ally is just another champion of the Parish, but I can't block. What a weird match of Magic. Because everybody who plays Magic online is pretty glacially slow. Can we get a shout out to my boy Ondu Cleric? That was the real MVP of that matchup. This matchup's probably pretty bad, right? Ondu Cleric, not so hot this time around. Man, these things are really good. They are toasted coconut cashews. They are delicious. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Meyer brand toasted coconut cashews, but Meyer, if you're out there, it definitely could be. I'm just gonna move on to the next match. This is unwinnable. Let's just move along with our lives. How coconutty are they? An appropriate amount. An appropriate amount. Got like 2 more Doom Blades, just like a bunch of prayer. Got 2 more matches with the allies. Like, obviously most of our hands want a 1-drop, but I think this hand's a keep. Excellent. We're dead. Just gonna cast Grizzly Bear on 2. Maybe our Tron opponent is incredibly unlucky and they won't have any plays. Is it possible there's a competitively viable allies list? I don't think so. So, one of the reasons why Humans is so successful as a deck with a lot of disruption in it is because these honest, and this is one of the reasons why Merfolk isn't a deck that you see a lot of play of in Modern anymore either. These tribal decks on a just raw race standpoint aren't fast enough to beat decks like Tron and decks like Infect and these other decks. So they need to cram a lot of interactivity in them like humans in order to give themselves a chance in a lot of matches in Modern. And then like once you start trying to put enough interaction in these decks, other parts of them just start coming up short. So while I think there are plenty of matches where this archetype's probably competitive, I think like Spirits, yeah, Spirits is a good example. Spirits and Humans are the two successful tribal decks in Modern because of the volume of disruption that they're able to produce. All right, so it almost looks like we have a chance here, and then my opponent's going to play an Ulamog or an Ugin or an Osto next turn, and we will die. Good chat. Time to do what Tron does best. Yep. Or Ballista. I've got 2 Stony Silences, 3 Dampening Spheres, and a bunch of Prayer. Cross my fingers and hope for the best. Let's do it. Elves isn't interactive. Elves is just a straight linear deck. Elves, the Shaman of the Pack, can produce draws that kill people by turn 3 and 4 consistently. I think you have Shaman of the Pack draws that kill on 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's Heritage Druid Shaman of the Pack draws that kill on 3. Yeah, very, very consistently dead turn 4. Some 3s. Yeah, it seems great. Threat into threat into disruption. If we don't beat Tron with this hand, we probably don't have hands that can win this matchup. We're gonna go Champion into Oran-Rief into Freeblade Damping Sphere. It's okay to like Tron. That's fine. Different strokes for different folks. The reason why so many other people dislike Tron is because the axes through which you can interact with it are very narrow and limited. The easiest way I can describe to people who don't get why Tron's so hated is write down the list of main deckable cards you can play in Modern that are good against Tron, and write down the list of common main deck cards in Modern that are good against Storm, or good against Infect, or good against a variety of other decks that are obnoxious but less hated than Tron. That's why people dislike Tron. People dislike Tron because the interactive decks have this obnoxious struggle against them. Yeah, the list of main deck Tron hate is that cards that are like reasonable to play with main deck Tron hate are like exactly Trophy. And then you need to consider like listing, you think about those pieces of Tron hate even that go into the sideboard, and then think about how many pieces of those Tron hate just die to Oblivion Stone. That's the other part of it. There's like no good generic hate that you can really play, and then past that, there's no really great sideboard hate that doesn't die to Oblivion Stone. Path isn't Tron hate. Path doesn't stop Karn. Ghost Quarter isn't even really good enough for stopping Tron because Modern decks can't disrupt Tron with Ghost Quarter while still developing their own game plan. Sure. So the plan is to kill them before that's relevant. That's true. Stony Silence does not die to us. Are they dead this turn? They're dead this turn. Sweet. Yay, magic. Why don't we see more Tron at recent SCG tournaments? Because Tron's not that much better than most of the other things in Modern. It's more obnoxious, but it's not that much better. Modern's a format where there's 50 decks that anybody can play at any given point. They're all like very reasonable. Not only that, but like, how's that Field of Ruin doing for you on the draw? Like, you've got this deck with Field of Ruin in it. They played turn 3 Karn on the play. You're dead? Good. Good chat. The order was objectively correct because they were dead. The order was correct because they were dead. Actually, my way was objectively correct because it was less clicking. Hey, you think so, Pathfinder? I think we just can't win this game without a damping sphere, right? This is like basically unwinnable. All right, onward, upward, backward, forward, 2 and 2. See if we can snag the last one, be a real modern deck. Okie doke. Let's do it. Fire it up. Dredge me, baby. Hollowed one me, baby. Please be Mardu Pyromancer so I have a chance. With the Path in our opener, we probably have a good shot against Hollowed one too. I assume we're just gonna eat it to dredge. Yeah, fair magic. Woo, fair magic. Sure, but it's not that difficult to be more explosive than humans. The problem is more explosive than humans doesn't mean explosive enough in the context of modern, which means you don't have the interaction to keep you from dying in a lot of matches. Yeah, sorry, there's some kind of equipment that's being used across my street at the moment. Okay. You know what? It might actually be them sucking up leaves outside. Leaf pickup should be happening soon. What exactly defines fair magic? Here's the easiest way to tell if your deck is fair. Shuffle up your magic deck and put yourself against a deck of 60 basic forests. If you have dead cards left in your deck against that deck of 60 basic forests, your deck probably plays fair magic. If all of your cards are live against the deck of 60 basic forests, that's probably because you're a linear degenerate who doesn't care what the opponent is doing. All right, the last card's gonna be Bedlam Reveler, so they can draw cards here. What about Ponza? Well, Ponza's unplayable, so it's exempt from this comparison. Yeah, Humans is a fair deck. Kite Sail free. You're not playing Kite Sail Freebooter and Meddling Mage as 2/2s and 1/1s, 1/2s. That's true. Blood Moon's dead against 60 basic forests. Ha! Got him! That's probably a path out matchup. I can see maybe cutting all the paths and putting in the Ondu Clerics. So I'm not degenerate or linear, right? Is this a right-click concede stream? I mean, when we're dead, we concede. Or there are a lot of games of Magic in Modern where you're just dead. There are a lot of games of... There isn't a fetchable black source in this deck, is there? That's unfortunate. I just assumed when I clicked keep that there is a fetchable black... This was not a keepable hand without a fetchable black source. Because now this hand needs to draw lands and spells, which makes it not good enough. At least everybody's going to get to check the 2-0 into 2-3 off their bingo cards. And we'll get to play an Elf League today to wrap things up. They took my uncastable spell. They just assumed we had black sources in our deck too, chat. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Oh, they're about to know now. Please don't tell my dirty little secret. Oh, just another regret. Dirty littles. I'm done. I'm done. Who has to know? So allies. I think I summarized this deck well earlier. This deck is more explosive than humans, but that doesn't mean that this deck is explosive enough to race the other decks that are linear in Modern. And I think that just means you end up being worse than a deck like humans or spirits on average, because while you have a slightly faster, more consistent Goldfish than those decks do, you're not fast enough to the point where you can just race the things that are hyper degenerate in the format. So, deck left a little bit to be desired for those reasons.